Hey friends, welcome back to Writer's Workshop. So, when I was sitting down to prepare for this lesson, I noticed a small turtle on my desk, and I remembered that I had picked out that little toy turtle from when I went on a vacation with my family. And a lot of times, people will collect things or have little visual reminders to remind them of things that they never want to forget. And friends, we do that in our own classroom as well. We use anchor charts and notes and checklists to remind ourselves of things that we don't want to forget either. And so yesterday, we took a look at the checklist that we used in kindergarten for information writing, just to remind ourselves to remember and never forget all of the things that we want to make sure we include in our information books. So let's take a peek at it one more time today. Now remember, it says things like, I told, drew, and wrote about one topic. I told what my topic was. I put different things I knew about the topic on my pages. I had a last part or page. I told, drew, and wrote information across the pages. I drew and wrote important things about the topic. And I told, drew, and wrote some details about the topic. And just like we said with all of our writing, we want to make sure that our writing is easy to read, that we have neat handwriting, that we write in complete sentences, that we have punctuation and those ending marks. So, writers, your goal is not just to write teaching books, but your goal is to write books that are better and better every day. Every day that we're in Writer's Workshop, boys and girls, I want you to be more and more confident and be filled with more and more strategies that you can use in your own stories. So friends, today I want to remind you that before you write a teaching book, you have to plan how your book will go. And guess what? You already know how to plan your teaching books. You plan your teaching books by saying your information across your fingers, just like we practiced teaching it, and then quickly sketching across the pages before you begin writing. So, writers, I was planning what I would teach in today's mini lesson when all of a sudden I realized, wow, I know what I better tell the kids. I better tell them that teachers plan. Because remember, when you're a nonfiction writer, you are acting like a teacher. And so you, friends, as nonfiction information writers, you right now are teachers. And so you got to act like it, right? And so one thing that teachers do, friends, is teachers plan. This is so important because think about it. Wouldn't it be crazy if I got up to do a mini lesson and it went like this? Because let's pretend I did absolutely no planning. I just walked in the door. I had no idea what's going on. So I'd be sitting there like this. Today, mathematicians, wait, yeah, I forgot. It's writing time, isn't it? Today, what can we do today? Maybe, I guess we're gonna write? That's crazy, right? That would be crazy if that's how my mini lesson went. And that's how it would go if I didn't plan. And so, friends, I tell you this because as writers of information books, sometimes when people go to write information books, they forget that they're acting like a teacher and they forget that they have to plan. And so all of a sudden, they go to write their story and let's say they're writing all about dogs and they'll say, a dog can be covered in fur. A dog likes to eat steak. Oh, a dog also can have 2 ears. Oh, and sometimes dogs like to eat human food. Oh, and also dogs can have tails. Do you see how disorganized everything is? Instead of grouping my ideas together and telling you all about what a dog looks like, a dog can be covered in fur, a dog has 2 ears, a dog can have a tail, and then telling you on the next page all about the food. A dog likes to eat steak, a dog likes to eat human food, a dog likes to eat dog food. That is what happens when you don't plan. Sometimes your information, it's scattered all about in a way that makes it difficult for people to understand. And we know whenever we're writing, we're trying to write in a way that's easy for our readers to understand and learn information. So, I want you to notice this anchor chart right here. I want you to try and notice if I do these things when I plan my teaching book. So you'll see first it says think of a topic. And friends, you're going to see how to write a teaching book. It's very similar to our small moment story and how to plan those, but this time we're planning to use our teaching voice and to teach someone. So first I need to think of a topic. And remember, it's got to be something that I know a lot about. And step 2 is that I'm going to plan. And to plan, remember, I'm going to say it out loud and I'm going to use my fingers to help me tell and to help me practice teaching. Okay? Then after that, I am going to sketch across the pages, touch and tell, sketch across the pages, and I'm going to write the words. So I want you, friends, to watch me again as we talk about how I'm going to plan my book about yoga. So I'm going to tell you all about yoga. I've picked my topic. I've completed step 1, okay? I've picked a topic. Now it's time for me to plan by teaching and telling you by saying it out loud and counting on my fingers. Ready? In yoga, you do a lot of stretches. Also, to do yoga, you need a mat. Yoga helps people feel better. Yoga is from India. You go to a yoga studio to do yoga, okay? So we've got all of those things right there. Are you noticing what I've done so far to plan? So I told about the facts and information about my topic across my fingers. So now, when we look back at our chart, now it's time for me to sketch across the pages. And so since I planned by picking my topic and saying what I know about that topic out loud across my fingers, now I'm ready to sketch and put those ideas on to paper. So when I go to writer's workshop into my independent time and I've already picked my topic, I've already told across my fingers, I'm going to start sketching out the pictures to match those facts and information across the pages. So I'm now ready to write my book and I'm ready to start sketching, and then after I've sketched, write those words. So remember, writers, whenever you want to plan your teaching book, you do this in almost the exact same way about the small moments. We think of an idea, we think of the topic, we say the information across our fingers, and then we sketch across the pages, and then we write. And friends, I've noticed sometimes you are using your amazing, fabulous teaching voices when you're telling it across your fingers, but I want you to remember to keep that teaching voice when you go to write, okay? You don't want to lose that teaching voice. Remember, you're the head honcho, you're in charge, you're the teacher right now when you're writing that book, okay? So you've got to act like it. You've got to use that teacher voice when you're writing as well, okay? So friends, you are doing some really good work when you take the time to plan out your information books. Like we said, it's going to keep it organized so that our reader can learn and so that they can understand. And remember, we can use our information writing checklist to remind ourselves of all that we want to use to make our information writing great. So, you friends learned about that list in kindergarten. We reviewed it earlier today, and I know your teacher will continue to review it with you. So friends, as you go to sketch your pictures, I want to remind you to say the words in your mind that you were saying as you told across your fingers that you were wanting to write across that page. That way you remember the details and all the things you should include. And I want you to say the words one more time to yourself and then start to write. All right, friends, it's your turn to go ahead and start being the teacher and sharing your information books. Writers go write.